What's good, everybody? As of recently, J. Cole came out with a video and a song called False Prophets. And, the talks ablaze because he had some verses starting off a little bit they felt was aimed at Kanye. And it's very interesting in different things because there's multiple different reactions. And it's like, it's not one subtle reaction. Some are like, basically what he says the truth. And then you got the side that's saying he's kicking a man when he's down. I honestly don't have a perception to say he's kicking him when he's down, because when you're a lyricist and you're in that world and you're fooling with these people who are making millions and millions, and you're another person making millions, you're going to be a target because you're a artist that Kanye that has been through a lot and that has come up to own his own brand. So some big name artists we know, like Pusha T, and at one time, not anymore, Big Sean, he actually was a fathering figure helping these rappers to grow in their success. And now we see that they're very successful. Not that they didn't gain it on their own or even before he came into the picture, but he was the captain selling the ship. And the one thing I have to say in J. Cole's reference, there is a difference in tiers if you look at it, because the same man that Kanye speaks directly to, you call boss, and basically is the guy who helped Kanye get into the game, but at the same time, he was able to do a lot more with Kanye as an artist than J. Cole. J. Cole is a solo act that's great in his own right, but Jay-Z was able to interact more with Kanye because he could make beats, he could rap, he could produce, he could do many different things. Not even that J. Cole doesn't produce his own stuff, but when you're looking at an artist that's able to work with other legends and things, we see that Kanye is someone that can work with people. Very rarely do we see J. Cole work with people. And that brings me to my point in, I get he's addressing Kanye in a frustrated way, but what gives him the right to stand strong in solo? Because Kendrick performed the same act he did. And Kendrick is someone who proved he can work with other people. So he is an all-around artist that is not only open-minded, but he's also able to produce. So in this way we look at it, we also have to understand and have to know that in order for progression to occur for J. Cole, he has to get beyond the moment of picking beefs with people. This happens in the game, and we saw, no pun intended, the game himself when he was in G Unit, how great he was, and the fact he maintained his greatness. And that's something that's hard to do, especially when you beef with someone and you come out of it, but he was able to maintain it. My thing is, J. Cole has to focus on making that good music and not to beef with other artists or even address other artists if it's not bringing profit to you. Because I recently also seen a video with J. Cole saying he was going to fall back a little bit from the way he was making his music and how much he was actually putting out. So if that's the case, you shouldn't be throwing shots at any other man, because you're sort of like saying you're overworked and stressed when you're an artist. So you should understand how Kanye feels, honestly, if he's on stage saying different things he said. But I'm not going to go into details saying it, but he didn't even address you. So it's like he addressed Jay-Z, and Jay-Z has someone speaking in his behalf like he's not a grown man. Like, I really don't get how it went or what's going on, because when I last saw, Kanye was talking directly to Jay-Z, and he was calling Beyonce and Jay-Z out on their ish. So that's what basically the beginning and the threshold for this whole incident occurring was. So as we doing this thing, and you already know, I don't really blank out anything. I talk straight through to you guys, so excuse me for that. But going forward, we need to know what these artists are actually doing. Are they overworked? Are they stressed? Why are they stressed? If you had a couple $1 million, and people always talking about $1 million, would you be stressed? Would you really have a problem with saying you're overworked when your money far exceeds some of the time you even put in to make the classes you make? I mean, that's considering an artist that's putting out an album. To make a couple million, a person works a whole year, 40 to 80 hours a week, and comes up with maybe 60 to 70,000. So for you to get a couple million and say you're overworked and stressed, it's just a big baby factor. And that goes to any artist who wants to say they're overworked and stressed. I don't want to hear it. If you're getting paid millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, several hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're doing better than the average person that's spending the money to buy your CD. So I don't want to hear that you're overworked or nothing. I don't even want to hear that you're tired or nothing. You're making the money. Be quiet and make your money. And that's the thing that I wanted to add on that. But as far as kicking a man when he's down, I'm not going to say that I think he's kicking him when he's down. I will say Kanye is in a desperate time, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I honestly think it's because of some things he maybe had went through recently. So that's part of my problem right there. It's like he's been through a lot, and it's like it's not even music-wise. It's with life-wise. Kanye going around with Kim and the whole Kardashian family. We don't know what happens behind the scenes of these elite rich people's households. So I mean, what you see on camera and what you see in public more than likely is just a show. It could be very stressful. He could deal with be dealing with pressure from Kim. He could be dealing with pressure from different label mates. I mean, there's many different things that could factor into why we see Kanye in this state. And what I don't understand is how other artists don't get it, because some of these other artists that are there made the same statements and comments about the game and different things, and now it's almost like they're using Kanye as a scapegoat for something else, like to make him look bad, to promote something else. Because Kanye, he's been this way. He's never had to get rushed to a hospital. Saying he not eating and different stuff, I don't believe that. If this man's traveling and stuff, he's hungry. Unless he's taking something that makes him not want to eat. And the only thing I could think of from experience is Adderall. When you're prescribed that, you actually have to eat around it and make yourself eat at times because the medication. But that's the only knowledge, firsthand knowledge I have of someone not eating and doing different things. And thinking about music ain't going to keep you up at night not eating. There has to be more to it. So, I mean, I think there's several things that's not being said. And our friendly neighborhood Kanye may be dealing with a lot more that has come out. But this J. Cole diss, you know, check it out. It's going to be in the description below. You know, shout to Bossip.com and, of course, WorldStar and different things for supplying a consistent stream of information and news for us to gain. You know what I mean? And it always has to be validated, but definitely J. Cole's calling out somebody, and it does seem like Kanye, and it's crazy. These artists need to make more music and instead of making more drama and stuff. I'm tired of seeing the drama. I want to see artists that's down to make music that's really going to make a hit. I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't care what anyone sold. I want to hear in the comment below, you know, everyone like, share, subscribe. I want to know the best hit album that has come out, aside from Drake, from any of these other artists, you know, that was greater than Get Rich or Die Trying. And when I say that, I mean in a whole general sense. Like, what was a straight playthrough? 50 Cent's album was a straight playthrough. You know what I mean? It was, you played it from front to back, and it was a hit, every banger. And yeah, I listened to the other music, but it's been a long time since we had an artist come out with something that's a straight playthrough. The only thing I could say that I feel, the only thing I could say and feel is a straight playthrough in place of what I mentioned would have to be Recovery by Eminem. I thought that album was dope. I thought, you know, he really addressed his issues and he really put out how he felt. And it's crazy because if you look at the artists I just named, we're looking at a centralized northeastern MC type of thing. Right now we have instruments from the Midwest. When we look at Chicago with Montana 300 and other artists that are making dope singles and stuff that makes people dance, but we haven't really had time where we saw a complete artist make a complete album. Even though I enjoy J. Cole's album very much, I do not feel it was on the caliber of a Kanye or a 50 Cent or another artist such as, let's say, Jay-Z, because that's who his boss is and that's who he's working to reach in terms of financial status and standing. So let's keep our eyes out for music and when this dissing stops, so we can get people back on the ball making hits. Like, share, subscribe, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about the scenario, even if you think opposite. I want to know what you guys think about it. And don't forget, to check out the content I have coming tomorrow and every day thereafter. All rights reserved.